I don't forget. Happy Monday. It is July 20th. How the heck did that happen? Tonight, I want to go over a few announcements, really exciting things that are coming up for our team, and opportunities for you guys to take part in and move your businesses forward and help change more lives. And then we're going to dive into a summit recap and how to move forward after summit. And even though it was virtual, I was still very much impacted by it, and I hope that everybody that was able to catch any part of it was as well. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I wanted to talk about some of the things that have been popping up in our team page to make sure if people had questions or concerns or I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to share my screen so I can show. Being a part of our team, and we're all a part of Fit Club Network, and then I'm also a part of what's called Team Panacea. And you guys, so when we're invited to some of those speaker calls by Chris Reed, if you've seen that name floating around, I've also run, I run the flash sale with him and his team. Currently running the MBF Hype Group with his team. So he is above me, I'm below him. So what I do affects him. So he likes to offer support to me and my team. And so so we always work together. And so he is launching this thing called a virtual Emerald Retreat at the end of August. So, and when he told me about it, and he did a live in his team page, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is freaking amazing. And so basically all it is, and I was like, well, I'm already Emerald, I'm a diamond coach. So what does that mean for me? Do I not, if you, you have to be Emerald for the first time to get in this? Do you have to be an active Emerald? How does this work? So basically it's just a push to hit Emerald rank in your business. So if you are currently not an Emerald coach, and I just, I was gonna host a push to Emerald, but I didn't have anybody on the call. So I didn't do a new one tonight at 5, but we do have the recording for Push to Emerald, all the ins and outs of what Emerald is and why you want to be Emerald and how it benefits you, your business, and your team. But basically the only thing that you need to do to be Emerald is have 2 other coaches on your team. So 2 people that sign up. It can be a discount coach, it can be a working coach, it can be anybody, but you have 2 coaches on your team. And so the only requirements for this retreat, and you can see the lineup, Friday night happy hour with Joel Freeman, and I'm going to talk about Josh Coates, but all of these, if you were watching the recognition, this weekend at Summit, you probably saw a lot of these names come across the recognition boards as elite, and how the high rank they are. These are people we want to hear from. And Josh Coates is my push coach. I pay a pretty penny every single month right now to have him push me to do behaviors and things that I might not otherwise do. And I just wanted to up, my game in my business. He is an amazing presenter. Michelle Dorado is also in the push group. And I've purchased several trainings from him about recruiting, about business. He's amazing. So the fact that you guys are going to get him for free, he's also the one that I can't remember if it was Michelle, somebody posted on our team page about his free webinar on creating a summit plan, and it's not till the end of the month. And I registered for that. I'm going to be doing it. Anything he does is gold. So this lineup is incredible. And so obviously it's a virtual event, and they're going to have different times, I'm assuming, as it come out through that Friday to Saturday, when they're going to be speaking and the topics they're going to be talking about. The only thing that you have to do, and I feel like it sounds like the only thing, it's still a big thing, but is become an Emerald if you're not an Emerald, or become an Emerald again. And what that means is if you're already an Emerald coach, for me, who's a diamond coach, I can still earn this retreat by becoming an Emerald again. And what becoming an Emerald again means, you sign 2 more coaches. So if I sign 2 coaches between now and the end of the month, I'm Emerald again. and I get to be a part of this virtual retreat. Okay. So if you're already Emerald, if you're already Ruby, you go Emerald again by signing 2 coaches between now and the end of the month. Okay. That is the qualifications to be part of this retreat. Okay.
Kelly,
what?
So you become Emerald by the end of July,
Yes.
not by
I'm
mid-August.
gonna tell you because I'm just talking about this now. So he's actually going to extend the deadline. So don't tell anybody this, only our team could know this. So once the end of July, because they didn't put it out like the beginning of the month, which I thought was weird. So he's actually going to extend it, I believe, to like the middle of August. So you have like 30 days to go Emerald again or Emerald. So you will actually have right up until this retreat to hit Emerald. Yeah. So he told me he was going to extend it at the end of July. I'm just going to tell you right now because it's only like 10 days away. And I want you guys to feel that it's possible and that it's doable. And with the launch of the MBF coming out on next Monday for customers, it's also a great time to still talk up the coach discount and the preferred membership and things like that. So you could get 2 people. I had 5 coaches, preferred members, sign up the day that it launched for coaches. And I'm still in talks with people right now about getting them signed up for the coaches discount and things. If you watched, and again, I want to continue to stress this, if you watched Ashley Molstad's speech, and if you didn't, go back and watch it, her acceptance speech and her training that she did Saturday morning was legit. She talked about she never in a million years had any intention of working the business. She signed up for the discount to get skinny, lose weight for her wedding. And she was like, oh, I'm drinking the product. I'm using the product. I might as well get the discount. She had no intention of ever working the business. And I think it was on a call that we were on with Mike Karpenko the other night. One of the things, I think it was the Beachbody Challenge or something we were watching. And he talked about, coaches have two start dates. The day you sign up to coach and the day you become a coach, like the day you say, I'm doing it. And so I look at my, like I could say I've been a coach for 6.5 years, which I have on paper. I signed up February 28th, 2014, but I don't feel like I actually stepped into my role as a coach and a leader and knew what my purpose was until about mid 2018, going into 2019. So you can at any time, anybody on our team in your downline can decide they want to do something different with this business. Okay. So even when we say we sign them as preferred members and we do all this, that don't count anybody out. That's why I put all my, if they want, if they agree to, I put all my preferred members into our team page, so they can see what's going on and they can see what's happening. So, speaking of the total solution and signing people up for challenge packs and possibly talking to them on the back end about the coaching, the coaching opportunity or the discount. One new thing, any other questions about the Emerald Retreat before I move on? Okay. It's pretty straightforward. So the next thing that we are going to be doing, oh, I changed the colors of this. So every month we're going to be doing 2 webinars on one on coaching, so our What is Coaching, which we did a couple weeks ago, and then one on the ultimate solution. So this is something we're going to try for the very first time this month. One of the questions I get asked the most when I'm talking to somebody, hi, good night. Oh, he can't hear me. One of the questions I get asked the most when I'm inviting people to the challenge groups, or if I'm invited to the coaching and they're like, nope, I'm not interested in that. Are you interested in trying out my challenge group? Yes, tell me about, what is it? Tell me about it. What do you guys do in your boot camps? What does this entail, right? And so I thought, actually it was Laura's idea. She was her brainchild, and then we worked on it together to say, what if we actually did a webinar like we do for coaching, but about the total solution, what we do as coaches and what we have to offer from the fitness, nutrition, supplements, and our support, right? Giving a webinar, so essentially a sneak peek into what it's like to be in our Fit Tribe or Fitspiration and go through a program and everything that you get, right? So then when somebody asks me that question, like when somebody asks, hey, what do you do as a coach? I'm like, oh, well, let me send you this webinar that I just hosted, or invite you to this webinar we're going to host this weekend. Now we can do the same thing with when somebody asks us about our fitness programs, or why is your tribe special? Why do I want to sign up with you to help me meet my physical and health goals? Okay. So this is our first annual week, whatever you want to call, webinar this Saturday, called The Ultimate Solution: Fitness Nutrition Support Equals Results. And so Laura and I are going to be hosting it. I want you to invite like crazy, because MBF launches on Monday, the 27th. We bring people in. You're still promoting MBF, I hope, because it's the biggest launch they've had, I think, ever. Like it doubled the launch of Morning Meltdown when that was like blew everything out of the water. It doubled it in like 44 days, the first 4 days, when coaches were able to purchase. And it's going to be huge. Like I am so stoked, and I have 2 more weeks to start. But this should be a perfect opportunity to get people in the door to listen about what we do, why it's going to change their life, why they want to join us. You're inviting them to hear all about it. So if you're a brand new coach and you still really don't, like, you're like, I don't have my transformation yet, or I haven't completed a full program, or whatever the case may be, this is your opportunity to, again, let us do the heavy lifting. You got to personally invite your people, let them know there's this opportunity to learn. And then when you follow up with them Sunday, hey, what did you think? The program launches tomorrow. You can be in my first test group. I'm hosting a group on August 3rd. I know some people in our team are starting their group next Monday. I think they're going to do like prep week, since the program just comes out that day. But whenever you're going to run you're doing it in our tribe, or you're doing it on BOD group, or whatever, you should be inviting people to this on Saturday. Okay. It's going to be gold. And Saturday, July 25th, 10 a.m., all you need to do is invite. Okay. I'm going to post this graphic in our team page. I just created it today, so I can post it. I'm going to make a smaller one too, so you can use it for stories, or, if you want to put it in a post on your page. But I want people to show up for this, and then you'll be able to use this video, the recording, to communicate what we do with others at any time. Okay. Any questions about this? About the ultimate solution? I liked ultimate better than total, so okay. 2 more announcements. So if you've been watching the qualifications happening for our Diamond Leadership Retreat, that's happening in October, and I will tell you, and I think I said this before, but I don't remember, on a team call, like, I am not canceling it until like I'm going to keep on track. If anything happens where we have to cancel it, I'll have to make a decision before, people would buy plane tickets and things. But, if I'm seeing it right now, even if everything stayed the way it is, we'll still have the right amount of people. We won't be going against guidelines or anything. I plan to be staying in the home the whole weekend and just diving into us as a team and like getting to know each other. We're not going to be visiting a bunch of restaurants. We're going to be eating and partying and dining and photo shoots. And so I'm not super concerned about, traveling in October, but everything can change at the drop of a hat. So if they're going to send me back to work in the fall, I'm freaking going to Palm Springs in October. I'm just going to say that. But besides that, there's 2 more months to qualify. July and August are the last 2 months to qualify for the trip. The last qualifying week, I think, actually ends September 3rd, and I did that. So again, people that qualified can then purchase tickets, plane tickets, if they're going to be able to come in a timely manner, so they're not ungodly. And so if you're not on the, if you haven't been on the leaderboard in terms of qualifying so far, because you're a newer coach, came into the different qualification, the way that you can still qualify between now and the end of August is by hitting Diamond. Okay. it is possible. I'm not going to say it's not without a lot of hard work, but it is possible for those that have been on for a while to continue to qualify, that are currently qualified. You can still hit diamond, and if those that hit diamond hold it for 6 weeks, they get $200 towards their plane ticket. But if you hit diamond, you're automatically in. You don't have to hit Success Club, a certain Success Club or PV. If you don't hit diamond, you still need to be Success Club 5, at least Success Club 5 or 500 PV each month to keep your qualification. So I just wanted to go over that again. And then any questions about that leadership retreat? Okay. And then last thing is Summit 2021. So, and then we'll get into recapping Summit, but I just wanted to touch on this really quickly. And I did a live in our team page the other day about how crucial it is for your business, even if you want to be a hobby coach, just make a little bit of money, but the impact of Summit in person, and I thought they did an excellent job virtually, but there's just nothing comes close to actually being in person at Summit. I can't remember who shared it because I've heard so many different things, but one of the biggest takeaways for me when I went to Summit was the range of people that I saw when I got to Summit. When you look at, do you think 25,000 people? When I had a completely different mindset, and I was like, oh my God, they're gonna all be like fitness models, and they're gonna be, you see the top coaches and they're in their gowns, and Michelle is the only one on the call that was with me last year, and she could probably agree with me. Literally every shape, size, color, whatever you could even imagine is made up of Beachbody coaches makeup. And it was so, I can't think of the right word. It was just so amazing to see, because everybody has the opportunity to be successful in this business. And
it was heartening.
Yes. Yeah. It was just, I was in awe. And every year I get the same feeling, because it's not like, some company might see that they all become cookie cutter and they all look the same or do the same thing. And every single year I am blown away at the diversity, whether it's, and that might not be necessarily race diversity, but just diversity of all shapes, sizes, colors, like everything. And I love it. So I tried to plug it as best as I could to get your ticket, before they up the cost. I know some of our new coaches are they can still earn their free ticket by hitting Success Club 3 out of the first 6 months. So oh my gosh, I missed it by 1 point, my first year that I was coaching. So I highly encourage you to, if that's, what pushes you towards Success Club, is getting that free Summit ticket, as well as that new fitness program, which is going to be Control Freak. Are you kidding me? Like, that program looks bomb. But anyway, so I wanted to, last thing about Summit 2021. So I have already started looking at houses. My goal is to rent at least 1 house, 2 if we need it, that I can hopefully get close together, depending on how many people come. The houses I'm looking at, thank God, they're way cheaper than Indianapolis and New Orleans. So that was really nice to see. There's some really cool houses, and some of them sleep 15 people. And, so I'm looking into that, and we'll hopefully be able to, get something solidified so we have it and we're ready to go. And then we can fill that house with all of our amazing teammates. But you don't feel like you have to stay in the house.
Make sure, Kelly, make sure it has a pool. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Lord Jesus!
I try to find one with a pool because it's so hot everywhere we go. I've seen one with a pool. I'm trying, promise.
All right.
Might cost a little more though. No. But I did want to say, because I don't know how comfortable everybody feels with staying in a home to get, but you don't have to stay in the home with all of us. It was just one of those dreams of mine to have my whole team stay together so we can get to know each other better and collaborate right after all the training sessions and things like that. So if you that's just not for you, being in a house full of 14 women or whatever, you know, and, you know, there'll be hotels that Beachbody will have blocks of rooms and different things. They'll have prices and stuff that will come out, I'm assuming, pretty quickly. So just to say that. But raise your hand, and this is not to like call anybody out, but raise your hand if you got to see the National Wake Up Call this morning. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit of review for you guys, but I highly recommend it. Monica Lopez talked about her plan when she comes back from Summit, of like action and inaction and things to do so you're not overwhelmed. And I will tell you, this is the first Summit this was my 7th, that I literally didn't come home and collapse because I was home the whole time, and I got to pick and choose what I watched, and when I watched it, I wasn't partying all hours of the night. So I definitely didn't feel the need to totally like take a day off or decompress. But I'm curious to know, for people that it was your very first Summit, how did you feel about it? What did you think about it, even though it was virtual? You guys can unmute yourself. I'm just curious to get feedback, since Michelle and I are the only ones that have been in person.
I didn't get to watch a lot of it because I ended up working more than I thought I was going to. But what I did see was very inspiring. And honestly, I didn't quite understand how all the scheduling and posting was going with the speakers and stuff. It wasn't until I went on to Champions, I think Saturday morning, I was like, oh, there's all the workshops. And so I'll go back and see those. But what I did see was the challenge, and then all day Saturday. That I liked seeing it online. I felt like I got to sit, relax, and take notes and absorb it.
Yeah.
And I've been to a conference before with another company just like this, like, you know, raw training, all this stuff. And it is very overwhelming, and you kind of forget a lot of stuff. So I honestly like the virtual thing. If they can do it over there and do it virtual, I'd be happy.
So the nice thing, so I will tell you, and then I'll let other people speak. So even when we're not, or when we're there, they do live stream the opening, like the general sessions, and they live stream those. So like, I think, was it one time, like we didn't even go one year, dinner took too long, so we didn't want to walk all the way over to the stadium just to watch like the celebration night. So we watched it on our phone from our dinner table, like, and just had drink, you know, and so you still can do those things. That's what's really nice, is like you could, one day I was so exhausted and I had like the worst headache, and I couldn't, so I skipped one of the morning general sessions and just stayed, like when it was like keynote speaker or something, and I stayed and slept. And all of it's recorded, always recorded, so you can't.
I was just gonna say, she said that it gets recorded, but then you have to wait.
You do.
For them, so they must have pre-recorded all of this to have.
Oh yeah, that was all pre-recorded.
Posted, which was, I don't know, I think that was kind of nice. So.
It was. I thought it was really nice, and I was gonna talk about what Monica Lopez's her tidbits were for us, but for action. But I actually really enjoyed how it went. Like I could pick a training that I thought was that I needed, and I could watch that training, and none of them were more than 18 minutes long. Like that was what I was so stoked about. Like when I went to watch, I was like Rebecca, I didn't realize that all these trainings were going to be on Beachbody Champions. I just thought it was the keynote speakers were going to have their stuff. You know, that's what I didn't realize there was going to be all this other stuff. And so when I found that on Beachbody Champions, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I watched the branding one with Mandy Kai, and then I watched, I can't remember the other one I watched, but I was like, these are bomb. Like these, and they're quick, they're succinct, you can watch them multiple times if you need to, because they're so quick. And then you can pick, like, there was one like how to start building your business, you know, with, I think it was Moira or one of the coaches. It's like, that would be perfect for newer coaches. You got to pick the topics that you felt would be more beneficial for you, right, as an individual coach. And that was the one thing that the last year they actually started doing, where they'll do like emerald to diamond trainings, because it's more specific when you're just starting out your business and just getting, or, you know, brand new coach or whatever. And then they also have different trainings for star diamond coaches. And then they have ones for like even hire coaches, because it was more, I felt going year after year after year, I was like, I know all this stuff. Like wasn't feeling like I was learning anything new. I mean, you can always get a little bit something different. And that's what I didn't like. You know, I was like, I come to these to learn. And so they're gearing it more towards the coach. So I really liked how they had specific topics and they went in so you can choose which training you want to watch and learn from. And so part of what I want to do this week is get organized. This was one of the things that she talked about. And again, I don't know how much of summit trainings or speakers and things that you guys have watched, but I highly, highly recommend going back and checking it out when you can. But excuse me, what I want to do this week is get myself organized and make a list of the trainings that I think will be not only beneficial to myself, but to each one of you, where I can go in and make a list and say, hey, this is something that I think Shakia would benefit from listening. I want to make sure she checks out this training so that you guys know what ones, and then you can do the same thing, but I want to make sure it's different when you hear it from somebody else than when you look at it yourself, right? Like if I were to say, I'm going to go watch all the trainings, that feels super overwhelming. But if I were to reach out and say, hey, I think you should totally check out this training, I think it would be awesome, right up your alley and would speak to you right now, that feels much more doable to go to one training than have to sit and try to choose which one you think is going to be best, right? So that's what I'm going to do this week, is kind of look at the different trainings and map out what ones I think would be beneficial for whom, if that makes sense.
That'd be nice. I'm with Rebecca. I didn't know where the trainings were. I didn't know they were on Beachbody Champions page.
Yeah. And there's not that many. There's a few. There may be 5 or 6 besides like the keynote speakers, and then like Holly Hillier and Kendra Hall. If you did not watch Kendra Hall, like, girl, go watch Kendra Hall, because she's amazing and her book is amazing, and it's all about your freaking story. All about your story.
But Kim Carver's story
exactly
was amazing.
Right? He told that at Super Saturday. I remember that.
He did, but for some reason it hit me more.
I know, it did too for me. I don't know why. But so the other thing that Monica Lopez talked about was she had a 5-step process. So the first step was when you come home, normally we would be sleep deprived, food deprived, or at least nutrient deprived. And you come home and you actually relax and restore. Like, you need to take care of yourself. You need to get so that's kind of what I'm doing this week. But I wasn't super tired. When you go for real, you'll know what we're talking about. Huh, Michelle? You'll know. Like, there's no sleep involved. And then her second one was get organized with all of the information that you took in. Again, it's getting organized with what you feel like you can use now and what stuff and information that they provided, because there's so much good stuff. What stuff you can wait till later. Like, where do you need to focus your energy on right now? What trainings, what kinds of things that you need to be doing, and really get it narrowed down so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. Her third tip was to refresh your memory. Like Rebecca said, sometimes it's like you're so overwhelmed when you're sitting there in the stadium, and I would bring a notepad and I would be writing notes and doing all this stuff and taking pictures of screens, and then you get home and I'm like, I have all of these screenshots of the videos and the things that I never went back and looked at them again. It was like, that was dumb. Like, I never went back and reorganized those thoughts, and like, why was it important for me to take that picture of that? I didn't go back and do that. So that's what I want to do this week, is maybe rewatch a training, one that I knew was really good, but I didn't fully like get into it. Now I want to take more notes or something like that. So, and again, if you haven't watched them, go watch them first, and then you'll see if you need to refresh your memory or go back and rewatch. And then her fourth one was taking action. So this is taking action into the end of July into August, and then going into my other announcement about Team Cup. I forgot, but this brings it up. So, one of the things that a lot of people will do, and I've done it many times, whether it's coming back from Summit or just any new thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have all these ideas, or I have all this knowledge, and then it's because it's overwhelming, or because I go, blank and I do nothing. Like I don't actually take action with all of the stuff that I've just learned. And so if you were motivated by Summit, if you were, you know, motivated by something that somebody said and you want to go all in, like the day that I stood in the Las Vegas, the MGM Grand in the arena and said, I will be a full-time Beachbody coach one day. I don't know how it's going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there. And I said it, and then I came home, and I'm sure I worked diligently for a little while, and then I let that dream fade away, right? And it never completely went away because I'm still here, and now that is my goal, but I didn't take the massive action to make it a reality quicker than it is now, right? And so the best way to take action and make sure that you're continuing the whatever momentum you're feeling from Summit or, you know, whatever, is to get involved in the Team Cup. It was the first time I did Team Cup. If you don't know what Team Cup is, it's basically you and 4 other, good night, Shakia. It's basically you and 4 other people joining together to hit Success Club, to help as many people get started on their health and fitness journey in 1 month. So you're really focusing for 1 solid month on getting new people started on their health and fitness journey. And if you go back, I highly encourage you to watch Ashley Molstad's, her 5-step process of, she did the training, she was the keynote speaker on Saturday morning, was it the Saturday morning, 11 a.m.? It is bomb. Like, she's amazing. Her highest month ever of Success Club points was like 600 and something. Her average is 250. Like, she clearly knows how to talk to people and to get them to believe in her if they don't believe in themselves yet, to join her. And so watch that training, rewatch it. I'm going to go rewatch it because I didn't write down anything. I just watched her. I didn't write down her steps or do anything because, of course, I go, oh, I'm already doing some of that. No, I need to go rewatch it and I need to write it down and I need to make sure I'm doing it every single time.
Did you guys hear her stats though?
Yeah.
Something like 1,100 personally sponsored coaches in a year.
Well, so
that's 3 a day.
So that was what was funny is I think they messed up because they said that in her intro, and then he changed it when they were talking and said she had over 500 coaches and 1,100 customers, new customers. So I heard the same thing, like, because everybody else was like at like 400, you know, and then they said she had 1,100 new and I was like, what?
I know. I was sitting there thinking, was she just sit outside like a lemonade stand and just hand out? Honestly, it was crazy.
I go, dang, COVID was nice to her.
Right? But you have to remember this was all last year.
Before, right.
Oh, I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
But and it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard the top 10 numbers and some, you know, signed 200 coaches and some signed 400 and some signed, and I was
but
like,
Kelly, she did this while she was pregnant.
I know.
I think that's the killer thing.
Wasn't even working for 6 months. She said. Remember, she said she basically the last half of the year she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
she couldn't function being pregnant. I was like, you bitch. But no, like it was funny because I heard them saying these numbers, and you know, Ashley's numbers are insane. But I literally listened to some, and I go, no, why can't that be? Like, why can't that be me? Like, why can't I, for one of the first times? And I think that's because I've been doing so much work on my belief. And there was something, who said it the other day? I wrote it down. Oh crap. I wanted to give you guys this quote because it was, did Carl say it? Somebody said, oh, your belief in them will trigger their belief in themselves. And I thought that was so, where did he say that? Because a lot of times, you know, we think people have to have all this belief, you know, right now, and that's the only way they're going to start with us. And that's what we do as coaches. That's what we do for our customers, for our teammates. Until I had the belief in myself, somebody else had it in me, right? Whereas actually my husband, because I don't, you know, like I told you, or Dave Ward, you know, like somebody else had that belief and kept me going before I had that belief in myself. now, because I have that belief in myself and I feel confident and I want to share that with other people, I can go and help other people, be that belief for other people, tell them they can do. You know how many times I text people like, I know you can do this. Like, I believe that you can do this, before they ever believe it themselves. And so I just thought that was such an amazing quote. And we have to exude that always. I feel like sometimes we might have to, you might have more faith in somebody else right now than you do in yourself, which just means you need to do more personal development. But when people join you and then they realize that you're supporting them, you're lifting them up, and they're joining you, and then their belief is building, and then they start, telling you how amazing you are, and your beliefs start building. It's reciprocal. We just keep helping each other build each other up. And so anyway, all that to say that Team Cup month, which starts in August 1st to August 31st, you need to find a team. Your goal is to hit Success Club. Okay, that is your goal. Yes, there's awesome, super great prizes at the top. My goal is to hit Success Club 10, to help my teammates hit Success Club. Some people have never hit Success Club in their life, and they hit it the first month because of Team Cup, because they're focusing all their energy. We had Team Cup, I think we do it twice a year, or 3 times a year. So we did it in February. And I think we had the most people hit Success Club that month ever on the team.
Oh, that was my best month.
Yeah. And it was my best month before we did the flash sale. But it's just, you're focusing your energy, whether it's because you're on a team and you don't want to be the weak link. When I did my very first Team Cup and I was with Dave Ward and all these, I'm like, I am not going to be the weak link. Like, I am not going to not hit Success Club. I didn't even care about the damn prizes. I was just like, I am not going to be the one that keeps us from the prizes or hitting, our goal. And I actually had the most points out of the whole team from Team Cup. So, which was great. It just happened like accidentally. So if you want that push, like I said, I pay Josh Coates a lot of money every month to push me and have these certain requirements I have to meet every week, or I'll get kicked out of the group. That's the kind of push I need. Somebody like me, Team Cup, pushes me because I don't want to be the weak link, and I don't want to not hit my goals. And so if that's something you want to take on, it is going to drive your business, your confidence, because when you're doing something like Team Cup, you go, I'm not going to worry about being perfect. I'm just going to freaking do it, right? You're just going to go out there. You're going to message people. You're going to invite people to join you. You're going to share what we do, what we have to offer, and people will join. So with that being said, and we have so you have to sign up by July 31st. You can only have 1 diamond, or you can have 2 diamonds, but 1 star diamond and 1 diamond. That's all you can have. You can't have any more diamonds than that on your team. You could be all just coaches. You could be emerald. Like, it doesn't matter. You just can't have more diamonds and star diamonds on your team. I always encourage people to look outside of our smaller team, because that's one way to create relationships with people and coaches that you might not know. My very first Team Cup was with a bunch of coaches from Fit Club Network that Dave put together. I didn't know any of them. And we worked and hustled together for that month. I then spent, I think, the next 2 summits with them. One of them I ended up visiting every time I went to Arizona, because she lived in Arizona when I would visit my parents. And they're not even on my team. They don't contribute in any way, shape, or form to my team. But it was great to know other people in our network. So that's what I encourage. Doesn't mean you can't be with people on our team, but I just encourage, if you're having trouble finding, like you've seen people post in Fit Club Network, because it's way bigger. Anybody need Team Cup participants, that kind of stuff. And then this was another quote that Monica said, and I really liked it, and it speaks to setting up goals. I was never a very big goal setter, because I was always so disappointed when I didn't hit them. So I thought, if I don't set goals, I won't be disappointed. That's a horrific logic. And so I am definitely not that person anymore. I've set huge goals, and I'm actually taking action towards them. And her quote was this: "No one can hit a target they can't see." And so I was always that person that I would say it in my head. I'd be like, oh, I want to be a premier coach, or I want, or I want whatever. And I wouldn't put it on paper. I wouldn't say it out loud. I wouldn't do anything, because if it didn't come true, then nobody knew, because it was just in my head. Right. So now I have a vision board. I write out my dreams. I have my push goal from that. This is a huge freaking push goal. $30,000 is my push goal right now. I have to earn $30,000, right? That's freaking huge and terrifying, but I'm getting there. Like, I'm moving. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm almost halfway to the first checkpoint. Like, all this stuff, like, huge. But I wrote it down. I made it visible. I can see my target. And it's crazy to think, when I wrote that down, I was like, how is that ever going to happen? But literally one little box at a time that I'm crossing out, I'm getting there. It's not just, I just said, I need to earn $30,000 and then didn't have any measure to track it. Right. So I'm going to give you some homework, and I'm going to put it in the recording so everybody that wasn't on here will know. But I want to know what your goals are for August. One of the things I don't know if I do a good enough job, and maybe you guys do it individually, but is talking about goals and setting goals, and then holding people accountable to their goals, right? I used to be somebody, I'm like, oh, I don't want to piss anybody off or like make anybody mad or call anybody out, and that's easy, right? That's why I'm in this group hang out. I'm like, I want to be called. I don't want to be called out. So I have to get my shit done. So maybe if I, was a little more, not mean, but like, if you share your goals with me and then you don't get to your goals, or not even close, because right, we're not always going to hit every goal we set, but hopefully we're closer than we would have been had we not set them, right? So maybe if I said, hey, let's see your goal sheet. How close are you to your goal? What have you been doing to get to? So then I can say, well, you didn't get your goal. Why do you think that is? Well, I wasn't inviting, or I wasn't doing this, that, and the other. Okay, well, now we know where we need to adjust, right? So your homework is to come up with your goals for August, okay? It does not just have to be a Success Club goal. It does not have to be just a rank goal. Again, my goals for this business to be full-time and resign from my other job does not have to be your goal, okay? Your goal doesn't have to be to work 20 hours a week on your business. Your goal doesn't have to be to hit Success Club 20. This is your goal. That's another thing why it's good, I think, that we ask these questions every single month of each other, because I also need to know what you're working on, so I'm not pushing you or driving you towards a goal that you have no interest in. That's going to be not just not beneficial, it's going to be detrimental, because to what you want to do in this business, if I'm pushing you towards my goals instead of your own. Okay? So that's your homework, is to come up with your August goals. You can have 1, you could have 5, you could have 2. I don't care, but I want you to come up with a tangible, measurable goal that you feel you can reach, but is also challenging in the month of August.
Where do you want us to post those?
I'll post the recording with the homework, and then I'll create a graphic, because I wanted to start doing this like monthly before.
The other thing is, Kelly, I have my conviction board that you have. I have mine taped to my closet door, because that is right next to the bathroom window or mirror when I'm getting ready. That's what I see. Yep. I see it 100 times a day, because I wash my hands so much. But
yep, and that's why I have mine on my desk. It's just on my desk next to me. I have my vision board so I can look at it every morning. And it's funny, what's funny is some of the things I put on my vision board, I already realize, I'm like, that's dumb. I don't want that anymore. And I've changed, I want to add things to my vision board. But it's like, for whatever reason, having it up there, it actually feels like it's not just in my head floating around as a nothing. It's like, oh, this could actually happen. So another great book I'm reading. So I just finished Everything is Figure Outable. Amazing book by Marie Forleo. So good. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And then I just started Just Fucking Do It. That's what the book, sorry, Claudia, I forgot your kids. And I can't, it's Noor Noor, I can't remember her last name. I'm only a chapter in and it's literally bomb. Like I'm sold 100 times over. And I'm listening to The Go-Giver on Audible because I want to get more books in. And I was like in the car for over an hour yesterday, so I just bought it and started listening to it. Also, an amazing book. So I'm almost done with that one too. But just I'm so I like, it's funny to think that several years ago I thought personal development was just for people that needed help, you know, like they needed like the foo whatever. I literally cannot take in enough personal development right now. Like I wish I could sit on my couch and just read for hours every day. Like because it literally changes my mind. Like, and I'm telling you, in that one chapter this morning that I read, after sitting on the couch for almost 2 hours, not reading a page, after I'd done my picture on my Insta stories, I was going to read this book, and I literally sat there and scrolled my phone, talked to my husband, sent messages, didn't do it, and I'm like, I haven't even read a page. And I was just in a funk. I was just feeling, I literally read that first chapter. I felt like she was speaking directly to me and totally changed my mood. Like, just, it's crazy. I feel crazy saying that, but it's true. I'll want your homework. It doesn't have to be, it's not like due tomorrow or anything, because I just want it before August 1. And I'll, you know, like I said, I'll post the recording and ask other people to do it as well. I really encourage you to check out the trainings. Like I said, I'm going to make a list and kind of say which trainings that were posted this week would be good for this type of coach, or somebody that wants this. Team Cup, if you don't have one, you don't have all the people on your team, let us know in the team page. I'm telling you to just do it. Do it. And what else? I think that's it. Anybody have any?
Real quick.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a team, I have a friend who was on my team. I was with her team last year, and now it's kind of flipped. Like they're looking for people to join. Like they want to join a team. So we already have people out there that are looking for teams.
Where would you find those people?
Just say, hey, I'm looking for a team, and I will.
I mean, are they in
send you her
FCN?
name.
Oh, they're not in FCN. Okay.
No, I literally had to go outside of our box because nobody was wanting me in February.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I did it deliberately.
Right now?
What's that?
Do you have one right now?
Yeah, we filled up really fast, didn't we, Michelle?
Awesome.
Yeah, Michelle and I are doing a team together. We filled up. So, but now it's like, oh, do you still have room? And I'm like, oh.
That's great. No, that's great.
Yeah, so I know.
You can post in our team page and say, hey, I want to be on a cup. Anybody know people looking? I would also post in Fit Club
so
Network.
Please post.
Yeah.
Post if you're looking, and then we can probably hook you up with some people.
My team cup in February, I didn't know a single one of them.
Yeah. Didn't you get them from FCN?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Z Slingsby and.
Yep. Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna do it because I don't have anybody, and I was MIA last week. I was super sick. So
I know. I'm so glad it wasn't COVID though. I thought for sure you had it because you work at a daycare. And I was just like.
And now I had to get that paper printed out from work so they can let me back in because they were like.
Oh, for sure. Yep. But it was positive or negative. I mean, not positive.
Yeah, it's negative. Thank goodness.
When you want something negative, it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, Claudia, I think Laura and Michelle and I are on a team. We're still looking for. Wait, that's 2 more people. So.
Me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Oh, and I want to ask you ladies if you have any like transformation pics. Tomorrow is Tuesday, and I always usually like to do Transformation Tuesday on my page because it helps me out a lot for like people to visually see. If you have any, just to post them up on our love page or wherever. And if you don't mind me sharing them, I would really appreciate it.
I'll share.
Yeah, I don't have a full body one. I just have a face one, and you can just see my little round face and then my not round face.
That's fine. I'll take whatever you guys have.
Old one. I don't have one currently. I'm waiting till after.
I got a good library.
Friday.
What was that?
I said I might be having one on Friday.
Great.
Okay.
Claudia, you can
Yeah,
take
any-
any of mine. I'm a before and after whore.
And you know what,
Well,
Claudia,
thank you.
Rebecca, I already have those two put together. If you want me to post them, I can post them, and then Claudia doesn't have to do anything.
That,
Yeah, that'd be
that
awesome.
would be great.
Yeah, I have
I'm gonna do
the
the same
three.
thing tomorrow.
I have the ones that are 3. So anyway, I can,
Okay.
I will say the best thing about the Transformation Tuesday and that's showing the proof that that what we do works with real people, right? So if you're gonna go invite
Yeah.
somebody to a challenge group, and we're gonna do the thing on Saturday, right? If you're gonna go invite somebody to join you, you want to show that you are helping people get results. And maybe like Rebecca's not your direct customer, but you're still we're all in this, like we're real people getting people results, right? And so
That's right.
so it's huge to be able to show that along with what you're asking. So you're
We're
asking people to
stingy.
join you, trust you, work with you. And it's because you've already done it before. You've helped other people,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
brilliant. I love it. All
Okay.
right, ladies. Well, I gotta go have dinner, and we will talk soon.
Oh wait, I want to show y'all real quick.
What?
Where's the picture at? You forgot to
Oh,
take a picture. Come
I
here.
have one. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's got Shakia in it.
Wait here. Oh, you do? You have one with Shakia in it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
Yeah,
that.
look at my new rescue.
Oh my God, you are like a farm lady.
No, I know. I need to get a bigger house.
That's awesome.
It's
You
a
sent it to me.
standard poodle.
Tell him that this is Disney Adventure.
Ready?
Sent it to you.
No, I told them. I want to tell them.
Oh, she sent it to me. Okay.
Name of adventure.
Okay, bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.